Bottom boys, bottom boys, getting bottom, 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 bottom boys, bottom boys.
And we're back here at the bottom, boys. Happy Year of the Snake. It's the Snake Daddy, the Shit Poster Supreme, Matt Keck. Alongside me, it's the man of a million beans.
Paul, you can't see me shields.
That's you got dang right, because we're getting into it this week. Now, people might notice I have dubbed thee a new name in this intro, the man of a million beans.
Million beans. I'm going to have to start doing the nickname, I guess, a million beans.
I like the million beans. For those who don't know or don't follow us on social, on our Instagram at Arson Club KC, one of the classics, the bean shelf.
Yeah.
That's where I keep my beans. It's popping off right now. The million beans are here.
Yeah.
It's a bean-ternity. Mm-hmm. Team Bean.
Count them beans. We're bean counters.
Bean. Anything exciting happening lately? Anything good?
Man, anything good?
Anything good?
Man, my allergies are kicking my ass. I'll tell you that. Yeah, so if it's making me look so much older. Do I look my age now?
Well, no. See, I feel like the Asians still beating the allergies here. I feel like you're still winning genetically. You're still winning.
Yeah.
I feel like
can't breathe, but that's cool.
You and I look basically the exact same age. I don't know. I don't want to determine what age that is because I don't want to make both of us feel bad.
12.
But I feel like we
if
look
you listen
the same
to us,
age.
We're 12.
That's true. Yeah, I think that's right. I think I'm about to turn this many.
I'm this many and a half.
This many and a half. Amber does that with her height because she's so short. She says 5'2" and a half, and I crack up every fucking time because I'm 6'4", so a half of an inch. You don't really think about it that much. But yeah, I can dig a half. Like if you need the half, I understand.
I round up.
Yeah.
On that half.
You should.
If I'm height wise.
I think you always should.
Height-wise, not age-wise.
I think it's important.
Height-wise, I'll round up.
It's just
I'm
like
6'3".
Yeah, hell yeah! It's just like wrestling. They'll tell you they'll tell you a guy's 7 foot tall and he's like 6'9".
Oh yeah,
like yeah, so many 7 foot
parts
tall
unknown.
Dudes. Yeah,
they know where his parts are.
They know
where his parts
They know
are.
exactly where those parts are. They know.
Matt.
Yeah.
Have you been drinking yet?
My Diet Coke.
Yeah,
I've had a little bit of it.
Hey. I went pee-pee in your Coke. Oh! Heel turn! Heel turn!
God damn, Paul.
Pee-peed in your Coke.
Paul, it's not even my Diet Pissy. It's my Diet Coke. Paul's Chinese ass pee-peed in my Coke.
Heel turn shields.
Paul heel turn shields. For any of those who don't know what a heel turn is when someone you thought was good goes bad. Tastes like soy sauce. So here,
yeah,
got him.
Oh man,
got him.
Double heel turn.
So here's the deal. Heel turns is when someone good goes bad, like in wrestling. The good guy, if he suddenly turns bad, that's a heel because it's a baby face and a heel. I'm pretty sure one rumor I heard about how they got the names is how they used to put them on television. The good guys, when they were in a tag team, would be facing the camera, so they were the baby face.
Uh-huh.
The tag team that was bad would be with their ass to the camera, so they were the heels.
Okay.
I don't know
what
if
makes
that's
sense to me is that you have your face, you're in front, so you gotta be clean.
Yeah,
you gotta show,
and you gotta be a baby
good,
face.
You gotta be your baby face up front.
Yeah.
But then, your heels,
dirty heelish
dirty
behavior.
Feet. You got your dirty feet,
like they call the Grinch a heel in the song.
My heels, I mean, yeah,
my heels are gross.
Yeah.
They're so dried out, especially after the winter. I need to get some lotion on them.
If I was wrestling, I was a heel. I'd be the corn.
Ooh, I like
got
that.
Like corns. You got corns on your
I like that.
heels. Do you have, is there corn? No, those are on your.
They're on your feet. I think that's fine.
The bunions.
Yeah, sure. We could
heel.
Paul Bunyan. Boom.
Man,
there you are.
I would turn so many
Paul
heels.
Bunyan. I mean, you'd be like the Big Show. He was a heel turning fool. Big Show would be good, then he'd be bad, then he'd be good, then he'd be bad. It happened. I think he was in and out of the NWO 12 times. But the big one that happened, ground shaking. Even people who don't watch wrestling. Our guy here, John Cena.
No! John Cena, no!
That's right. John Cena, the good guy.
Ah!
White bread John Cena. Well, I'm here to say John Cena did nothing wrong. That's right. John Cena finally turned bad, and fortuitously...
He didn't tan, that's for sure.
He never
He's
tans.
white. Good Lord. Blinding.
In the mail today, I received this Tops Now card of the moment. The Rock bought John Cena's soul, and he punched Cody Rhodes in the face with the Rolex that used to belong to his daddy, the American Dream, bloodied him up. Travis
Dusty
Scott
Rhodes.
busted him. Yeah, and now they're going to fight at WrestleMania. The biggest good guy ever, and he turned bad, and people are talking about it. They're talking about wrestling.
Was Dusty ever a heel?
Dusty Rhodes was a heel, but it was so late in his career it didn't matter much. He did the NWO thing when that was big. And if we're talking history of wrestling heel turns, that's probably one of the other big ones, was the NWO. Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan turns bad.
Yeah. How's he turn bad? He puts black shit on his face.
It's the classic way to turn bad, right? How do you let someone know you're bad? Well, you don't wear the bright colors anymore. Now you're all wearing black, and now you dye your hair black. You wear sunglasses, maybe a bandana. I think in soap operas, sometimes it's an eye patch when the evil twin comes in.
I remember because I grew up with the Knight Rider.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, and I remember
Did he have
when
an
his
evil
twin came in, he didn't drive the Trans Am or whatever. He drove a semi-truck.
Ooh.
Instead that talked to you, and he had an eye patch and like the
goatee.
Goatee,
Ooh,
yeah,
classic.
That's how you knew he was the bad.
He's
the bad Michael Knight.
It's like which one do I shoot?
Which one do I? The one driving the semi. The one driving Optimus Prime. God damn it!
I love that. It's such a classic trope. And when like Hulk Hogan did, like you said, when he would turn bad, bright colors, now he wears black clothes. And it's like, but why do people go bad? I understand why Hulk Hogan did it in his turn, because one, in real life, he's always been bad, so it wasn't a real life heel turn. He's always been a crappy person. But but as far as like his character goes, he turned bad for relevance. It was a power thing. It was a relevance thing. He was old. People were booing him. These younger guys were coming in and they were cooler. Hulk Hogan could see that. He understood he was about to become irrelevant, so he strapped himself to the most relevant thing in the industry and rode it to the top. It's like, well, people aren't paying attention to Hulk Hogan anymore. Gotta do something about it. Mix it up. I'll be the bad guy. And I think that's the Batman quote, right? You either die a hero, you live long enough to see yourself become a villain. What was your quote?
To the chopper.
That's not bad, man. That's just Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Robin to the back chopper.
Oh, that's better. Yeah, the Batcopter. Does he have one of those?
Batman?
Yeah, probably, right?
He's got a Batcopter.
Yeah.
Sure.
So who's your favorite good guy that eventually revealed themselves to be a bad guy? This can be fictional or real life.
Fictional or real life.
Yeah, favorite.
There's always
good guy gone bad.
Freaking okay. So I'm a Browns fan.
Oh yeah.
Not from Cleveland.
Yeah,
but I am a Browns fan.
Long-term Browns fan.
Yeah, and
he suffered through it, people.
Yeah, and I'm not. I don't really watch basketball, but I go with the city, whatever they're going, because I know their sports teams and stuff are just have been
horrible.
Shit. Yeah. And then LeBron
they
James,
get LeBron
James, heel turn,
Big
went
time.
to freaking Miami.
Hardcore heel turn.
That
was a solid heel turn. I'm not gonna lie. And he embraced it. It worked for him. He got the rings. He came back.
He did come back.
He turned face.
And with that,
he turned face again.
But I will say,
then he
it might
turned
have
bad
been
again.
He did, but it's okay because I feel like maybe him going there was the plan all along.
Okay.
So they could because they got like a couple first round picks,
and then he came back
picks.
with some people.
And then he came back after they were able to draft friggin' Kyrie Irving and stuff.
Yeah.
And so
and then he wins.
And then they win.
That was a big plan.
And then they win.
Secret Agent LeBron.
Mm-hmm. So heel
LeBron.
turn. It's like maybe it was a heel turn after all.
Just
it
a
was
plan.
a heel turn, but then it was a switch to what do they do that? What do they call that in wrestling? When the whole time it was a ruse.
A ruse. I mean, for me, that the one that always comes up. I don't know what they call it, but the one that always comes up is the higher power from the late '90s, who was controlling the Ministry of Darkness and the Undertaker, and everyone wanted to know. And then the big reveal was, it was me, Austin. It was me all along. And of course, it was serial rapist Vince McMahon.
Ooh.
It was.
There's a heel turn. Freaking Jared Subway. Good Lord.
Oh my gosh.
I just wanted a sandwich, Jared. Come on.
Oh my God.
So I was like, look at that guy. Look up to you. Look at this guy. He can just eat sandwiches and get skinny.
He's walking. He's eating sandwiches. He's getting skinny. And apparently, he's making us all doubt the 6 inch and foot long for the rest of our life. What the fuck, my dude?
Man.
Apparently, he did not get down to the size of jeans he was trying to get into. Boom. Jared from Subway. What the fuck is that heel turn though? Like honestly, I can't believe the brand.
So creepy.
I can't believe the brand has maintained to be real. It was such like I know $5.
They paid him so much money.
Yeah, I know $5 foot long was like a thing, but like the fact that we're still talking about. I mean, I know that he did a crazy fucked up thing that you're gonna talk about, like having all the child porn, but like the fact that we're still talking about a fast food mascot, he was a big deal. Like it really was like the rise of Subway when they started doing the Jared thing. Like, that's when people started eating.
Have you listened to any of those documentaries
about all the crap he did?
Yeah, and heard the phone calls and crap he has.
So it's been a very long time.
Oh man,
but it's so just fucked.
Oh, I can't even. I can't.
It's
just. You just want to freaking Febreze your entire TV just in your face.
Mm-hmm. And
good God.
The saddest part is right now, honestly, he could probably run against Matt Gaetz and get just as many votes. Like, we're just electing these people as politicians at this point. America turned heel.
We did.
Damn.
We did turn heel.
We're
Jeez.
the heels right
I
now.
thought we were the good guys, and then all of a sudden, boom.
Yeah, nope. Turns out
we bad.
Turns out we liked Russia the whole time. We liked it. And someone tell James Bond we just fucked on him.
We're taking back the Gulf.
Oh man, I think one of the biggest fictional heel turns, and this kind of taps into why some people turn bad, is Anakin Skywalker, right?
Ooh.
Anakin transferring into Darth Vader. That might be the biggest fictional heel turn of all time. Now, we got the heel before we knew what the face was like in this story.
Right.
Because of the structure. But we did get to see what made him the heel. And it was a poisoning of the mind. It was a continual propaganda, but it was also over-attachment, love. It was a doubting of himself. Because he needed power. He could never be strong enough. So in his insecurity, he sought power. Who was someone that seemed like they were a pretty good guy? They were going after all the right things. And suddenly, their own insecurity drove them to do nothing but seek power and become essentially the world's biggest Nazi. I don't have to tell you because he told you twice at the inauguration and pretended it was autism. So, I mean, it's like all of these fictional heel turns, like, they mirror reality. It's crazy to think about. Wrestling is more real than anything else.
Man.
Of course John Cena's bad right now. When else would John Cena be bad? Yeah. This is when John Cena should be bad, right?
It's for the story.
Right.
It's part of the deal. But that's the deal.
If
that's
America's
bad,
for the story. John Cena's bad.
That's for the story.
Totally.
It makes the story good.
Yeah, right.
That's your deal. You're not one-siding
now
a guy.
You're interested.
This one guy doesn't have one side to him.
Yeah,
you know?
it gives him three
It's not a good,
dimensions.
bad deal. Yeah. Yeah, you got that. But when you get it for real, that ain't.
So it's interesting.
Man.
So do we think that the trend of fiction to write the cool, well-rounded villain that always had a good reason that made you feel for the villain, do we think that trend in fiction has opened the door for people in real life to exploit that feeling and use it? Like,
you mean some Thanos stuff?
I mean, like, sure, Thanos, but I just mean, like, in general. We always think the bad guy's kind of cool now. The bad guys aren't just bad guys. People root for the Joker. They root for the bad guy.
Walter White.
Walter White's, Rick from Rick and Morty is a horrible human being, and he's our favorite guy. We root for all these people that are bad. So suddenly it makes a little more sense that the people that we prop up are bad too. Like, people are exploiting that theme. And I think, I don't know, maybe society's gonna sway in a different direction and the bad won't seem as cool anymore when it becomes right in your face. I don't know. It's really interesting to me though that, like, that's how the trend goes.
I don't know, maybe. I don't see the bad as cool.
Ever?
It makes for a good story.
But you never see him as cool.
I mean, I don't know. It depends.
Yeah,
what. I guess it depends on what you're talking about, I guess, but
I don't either. I don't think it's cool either, but I do think that those create a fan base that does think it's cool. Right?
I mean, they can. Whenever you see your sports heroes, when your sports heroes do shit that's fucked up, and you're like,
even like
accepted.
Fucking Andrew Tate, right? That guy that they just brought over because he's a fan of Donald Trump, but they brought him back to America. And he's a sex trafficker. Like, he's a proven sex trafficker.
Let's bring him back.
And he has a huge fucking podcast that everyone listens to, and everyone thinks he's fucking cool because of the crimes he's committing. Like, what?
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Why? What?
Maybe.
I'm with you, though, because I think he's a fucking loser. There's no way he couldn't even fold a towel because he has no chin. But somehow he's cool? I don't know, man. The bad guys are cool. I'm afraid of it.
I guess.
I don't think I can be a bad guy.
But I guess you can't have a good guy without having a bad guy.
You can't. That's true. If there's no good, there's no bad.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
But that's, anytime you want. What do they say? Whenever you get something to be, you need an enemy.
That's true. There's got to be something to fight against.
If we want to reunite some people, get an enemy, a common enemy.
That's true. Ooh, yeah, common enemy. Like in the episode of The Office when the two branches merged and Michael realized, well, maybe they don't have to like each other, but they can all just hate me. And he didn't mean for it to happen, but, as it goes. Common enemy, I think it would take a lot for me to become a bad guy, but I think I would want to play a bad guy. You know what I mean? Like, I would have a hard time being a bad guy, but like when it comes to games, I want to be the most devious. I want to be the biggest liar, the best liar. I want to be.
And if you were a wrestler, everybody wants to be the heel.
Yeah, you want to punch people in the nuts.
Yeah, you got and part of that is you got the freedom. You have freedom to do whatever, anything.
Yeah, because
there's no morals, there's no nothing.
That's
you have
true.
whatever.
You get to act
gone.
Out. It's like playing Grand Theft Auto, right? You get to act out the fantasy of doing the bad thing. Like,
and there's no real repercussions because it's not.
Because it's not real. You're a character.
You're playing freaking.
It's kind of like what some comedians do. Like, I can say whatever I want. I'm just a character.
Right. Exactly.
I do agree with that to some extent. It just depends on how you present it. But yeah, and that is why the heel's more fun. You get a.
You don't have the rules holding you back.
No limits.
Yeah.
No limits.
Yeah. See, and then people. That's.
When you're the good guy, you have to do specific things. Like, that's why Superman's so boring. He can't do certain things. Like, and when there's these rigid rules, like, now it can still be cool. You can still do cool things. I mean, look at Dragon Ball. It's been on for 30 years, and Goku's just dumb Superman.
Yeah, I don't know those guys, but he sounds like a dumb Superman.
Yeah, he's just dumb Superman. He's awesome, but he's just stupid Superman who just wants to fight people. And it's been on for 30 years. You can make it interesting.
Yeah.
It's just harder. It's easier when, there's no rules. I can just do the cool thing and be really edgy. And who's the coolest good guy ever?
The coolest good guy?
Yeah, coolest not bad guy. Like, just stayed good the whole time.
Oh, wow.
Not a lot of those.
Oh.
Not a lot of those.
Oh, no. There's not.
Bugs Bunny?
Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny's always been good.
Bugs Bunny, I don't know. He's done some.
He's a bastard, but he's always been on the side of good.
Oh yeah.
Well, it depends.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, my man.
If you're talking wrestling, I agree.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Never bad, good to the end, great wrestler all the way through. Ricky Steamboat probably is the best babyface in wrestling ever.
Ricky the Dragon.
Mm-hmm. Very great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as far as wrestling goes, as far as good guys and good movies.
Yeah, it's tough. Because a lot of them are kind of bad, too. Like, it's like John Wick. Yeah, but he's like an assassin. He's not a good guy.
Yeah, he murders people. Yeah.
Yeah,
so that's tough. I mean, because here's the thing. Because we're not talking real life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like,
real life, who's the best good guy that hasn't been canceled yet? Bill Cosby's done. We cooked him. America's Dad's cooked. The Subway guy got cooked. Like we're cooking all of them.
Yeah, and that's which is the problem. People aren't
because people
things,
aren't fictional characters,
right?
Yeah, and so there's a humanity to it.
Some has, and especially if you get famous enough for me to know who you are, or whatever, you get a lot more opportunities of things to be bad.
Oh yeah,
the ability.
Sure.
One of the reasons that normal everyday people aren't that bad is because they don't have the opportunities.
Oh yeah,
that other people have.
Oh yeah,
they don't have all the cash to get all those drugs and have all the cash to get all those guns. You know?
I agree 1,000%. I think that 98% of people's judgment of others is based in actually jealousy of being able to do the things that those others did. Like, they may not realize it, but I think if you boil it down, a lot of our judgment really does come from jealousy. Because, I would never do that. Yeah, I didn't have the opportunity to do it.
Right.
Let's really test you. Let's put you in that John Cena test. Let's see what you do when no one can see you. That's the John Cena test.
There's a lot of stuff I've done that I said I wouldn't do, and then I friggin'
and then you're
did
like,
it.
Whoops, heel turn. My bad.
Yeah, I guess it's a heel turn.
There's a lot of things I've eaten that I said I wouldn't eat.
I freaking... Oh, you know who the worst...
Let's hear it.
The freaking worst heel turn of all time?
Uh-huh.
Sally Kellerman. Sally Kellerman. Not the... only reason I remember her name is because when I try to look her up, all I can find is the Oscar-nominated actress who played Hot Lips Houlihan in the MASH movie.
Okay.
It was also in Meatballs 3.
Okay.
That's all I can find, but no, not that Sally Kellerman. Sally Kellerman from 6th grade.
From your 6th grade?
From my 6th grade.
Oh, what did she do?
Sally Kellerman. Okay, so my mom
in
the 6th grade made me play the flute.
Perfect instrument.
Yeah.
You and Lizzo could start a club.
She made me play the damn flute.
You, Lizzo, Andre 3000.
And in when you're 11 years old in 1983, it is not so cool.
Not a cool thing to be a flute guy, huh?
Being a flute guy is not as cool. But she made me play the damn flute. And we have 3 people, like 3 flautists. And Sally Kellerman was like the second chair.
Ooh.
And I was like the 5th chair.
Out of 3?
Yeah, literally, the teacher literally put like 2 chairs in between us, so I didn't fuck up Sally and chair number 1's deal. They're like, we're putting more chairs in here.
You're knocking them off me.
But anyway, at lunch, okay, so you know how there's the where they have the cliques and the groups and stuff? You have the jocks, you know.
Oh, yeah, your goths and your
goths
your
and
smart kids.
I don't know we had goths. Maybe we did.
Maybe not yet.
We probably had some. I think we had some kids dressed up like Boy George, maybe.
Yeah.
Some of those. The cliques, you know.
Yeah.
Those cliques. And I was the smelly kid.
Oh, no.
Because... Because I had to milk a whole freaking herd of goats before I went to school. So I was like the smelly kid. But I think Sally Kellerman, I think she had like some kind of allergy deal where she couldn't smell very well. So she would actually sit by me.
She was nice to you.
At lunch because we had because we were flautists,
Yeah, so she knew
Fellow
that
flautist.
you were a flautist, and
even though I had to be
a few chairs back.
a couple chairs away from her.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
She
even
could see you
though-
in the
she
rear
was
view
a flounder.
still.
Yeah, so she would evenly, but I was. It came to, and I think I've told this story before, but there was a time when I wanted to try to move to a different grouping.
Yeah.
Besides Smelly Kid group, I wanted to try to kind of move to maybe the jock group.
Yeah.
So I decided I wanted to play baseball.
Yeah, okay.
And they actually gave me a sign-up sheet, so I took it home, gave it to my mom. She signed it. I was surprised. Brought it back to the teacher. Teacher looked at the sheet and she goes, "Oh, that's great. Your mom's going to be a coach." I was like, "What the hell is happening? My mom's going to be a coach." So my mom had signed up to be a coach and put me on her team. And I went back home and she was sitting like on the couch just reading this book she's never played, she didn't even know how to play baseball. She's reading this book she got at the library when I got back, and she goes, "I've got all kinds of tips." I was like, what's happening?
Joe DiMaggio's
Yeah.
rules of baseball or whatever.
Yeah. And then she got these she's like, "There's exercises in here where you tie a string to a stick and put them in a sock filled with rocks and you roll them up and it strengthens your wrists. I'm going to have everybody do those." I was like, "Oh, great." And then on the first day of baseball practice, she sits us everybody down and she's like, "Hey, we're doing jerseys." And I think it'd be cool if you put in on your nicknames on your jerseys.
Ooh, like a little Bad News Bears type
Yeah, just your
vibe.
nicknames and not your real names.
Okay.
I think would be fun.
Do you have a good nickname?
Well, all the kids, every single kid, put the real name on. But when it got to me, my mom goes, "You know, you guys really should do your nicknames because Paul here, he's going to be Cookie." Cookie. She never even told me anything about it. She goes, "Because he likes to cook. So he's Cookie." I was like, "I don't like to cook. I just have to cook because you don't cook. I want to be able to eat if I don't cook. And you're Cookie." And then the rest of so I'm the only one with the fucking Cookie jersey.
Old Cookie out here.
Yeah. And the rest of the practice, they made everyone it was for like 30 minutes rolling the goddamn socks on a stick up.
They were all pissed at Cookie, I bet.
Yeah. And then the next day, I'm getting to the heel turn. Next day, everybody, all the kids that were on my deal, they were like, I freaking had a sign said Cookie, like just like school, like, you know, whenever they at all the fucking movies, they got a fucking piece of tape with Cookie written on over on my fucking locker and freaking. And then everybody calling me Cookie, and they're like, "Oh, I gotta do the dirty sock roll. I'm gonna do the dirty sock roll." And then I went to lunch, and I'm sitting there, and here comes Sally Kellerman,
Oh, yeah? And she threw a sock at you?
and she goes, "No, she didn't throw a sock at me, but she goes, I can't eat with you, Cookie." And then she goes and sits with the boiler room kids.
Boo. Boo, Sally Kellerman. Boo.
Fucking heel turn.
Heel turn.
Sally Kellerman.
She crumbled the cookie. Fucking Sally Kellerman. God damn, poor Cookie. It was his last
That's
bastion.
Sally Kellerman.
Damn it, Sally.
If you're out there, I hope your allergies are treating you just as bad as mine.
Yeah, because the allergy
Right
season
now.
is cooking right now because it has to. Poor Paul.
That's the ultimate heel
Cookie.
turn that I have.
I've always told Paul, because strangely enough, a lot of his traumatic stories that crack me up are somehow or another cookies end up involved, and so I've always told Paul that should be the title of his like biographical film is Cookie. Paul Cookie Shields.
Yeah. But that's not even into the damn
There's
baseball
plenty more
stories.
baseball
but,
stories. We'll get them.
I don't. It's too
Sally
much. That was already
Kellerman.
too long of a story. I just got.
I love
wanted
it.
to shorten it, but then I
like that
started
story.
going. I was like, God damn it!
That story cracks me up every time. It's a horrible thing to have to
Fuck
go
you,
through.
Sally Kellerman, and
But-
your flautist.
I hope she still plays the flute. Like a big
I bet
loser.
she does.
Like a
But she
big
just pulls
loser.
it out at freaking parties. Look at this.
Look, I'm a flutist or flautist or a florist or I don't know. She does something with an F.
I was second chair flautist.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Second chair.
I was fifth. Sally,
Boom.
boom, eat that.
Boom. That's 3 more. That's 3 more chairs.
You know when you go to the movie theater and you wish you didn't have seats beside you because you want some room? That's the seat I was in
Yep.
at the flouting.
The flout seat. We got a buffer of flout seats. I think if we're looking at real life people
Ooh, heel turn.
that didn't heel turn.
Oh, that didn't
that
heel
made
turn.
it through.
Oh, I should have done a not heel
There's
turn.
not a lot of them that made it through. You know, I mean, Ricky's right for wrestling, but in real life, it's tough, right? We got what? Dick Van Dyke's still out there. My guy's like 100. He's still dancing. He's still smiling. Feels like a good guy.
Maybe.
Hey, he ain't been canceled yet.
No. He
100
was in
years
Chitty
old.
Chitty Bang Bang
Yeah, it didn't matter.
with
His name is
which is Ian Fleming wrote. Which was he a Nazi? Maybe not. I don't know.
no. Ian Fleming's the guy that wrote James Bond, right?
Yeah.
I don't think he's a Nazi. I think
Okay.
he made the Nazis bad guys, but maybe not.
Okay.
It's
Maybe
hard
I'm
to-
wrong.
It's hard to know.
I don't know.
Though. I'd
I
have
think
to
he's
Google
German.
It. I'd have to
I don't
Google
know.
it. I'd
He
have
wrote
to
Chitty
Google
Chitty
it.
Bang Bang too. That's why.
I do know that
Maybe not.
Ian
I'm
Fleming.
not trying to toss Nazis out there. I apologize.
I will say this about Ian Fleming: his brother-in-law
Ooh.
was Christopher Lee,
Oh.
and Christopher Lee's actual British spy career is what inspired Ian Fleming to write
Oh, really?
James Bond.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
isn't that a freaking factoid?
He's just sitting there, freaking Ian Fleming, just sitting there in his freaking Nazi bunker doing.
Just
and he goes,
writing,
my
writing,
brother's just fine.
writing about Saruman driving sports cars.
I shouldn't see. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ian Fleming. I don't mean to.
I don't think he's
discourage
still alive. I'm pretty sure it's
you. But
fine.
still, I don't. Sally Kellerman ain't alive either. The actress. But
R.I.P. to the actress.
I loved Meatballs 3.
Is that the one she was in?
Meatballs 3. Yep.
Wow. Dang. I don't know if
I think she was a ghost in the Meatballs 3. I remember watching that a lot on, stolen HBO we had.
Oh, nice. I don't know
So
if
it
I've
played a
seen
lot.
a Meatballs movie. I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
I feel like I'm missing out. Am I missing out?
I don't believe so, but
Oh, okay.
Dell listed it as one of his. Remember when
He
Dell
did
listed
like Meatballs.
Meatballs as one of his? That one had Bill Murray in it.
That's
the first
true. The first
Meatballs.
one did.
I don't know if the second one did or not.
Bill Murray's coming to Kansas City.
Yeah,
You just
it's
sent me
coming.
a thing.
Yeah, yeah. He's coming. He's singing. He's got a band.
Yeah,
what the
he's
hell?
singing at Knuckleheads.
Bill Murray got a damn band.
I
Didn't
guess
even know.
if you're gonna meet Bill Murray, this is probably one of the ways to do it.
Yeah.
Well, we can give it a shot.
Gotta listen to him sing.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I've seen him try to sing on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's whatever. Go Bill.
My friend Jeremy
Yeah.
said he's going to the Planet Comic Con here this coming
Yeah.
Sunday
this weekend.
But he's got to after it. They're going to go see Mickey Dolenz, who's going to be the last surviving monkey. He was like 80.
Oh, wow.
I guess he's going to be singing, and he's
like
80.
hey hey, we're the monkeys.
Yeah.
Like, oh wow.
Yeah, I was like, he's like 80. Jeez, good God.
But to be fair, like Paul McCartney's probably still out there, and he's got to be
Well,
like that
yeah,
age.
I guess so. I guess he's still singing. I suppose
Elton
so.
John sometimes. They're all getting
guess
up
so.
there.
Yeah, I suppose so.
They're all getting up there,
guess so.
aren't they?
Maybe it's just me because I feel like I definitely my voice has changed a
Oh,
ton.
mine too, man. I can't. Whew.
If I get to if it gets
I'm trying to do these damn fucking snake cameos, and of course, when I make my meme, I have to use a freaking high-pitched voice. I'm a snake, and I can do it still. Don't get me wrong.
Start coughing,
especially later in the day. Oh yeah, back when I had to do like 10 a day, by the 10th one, I was just like, Jesus, my throat is gonna go out. Like I'm gonna lose it. So book those now, because you never know when it's gonna die. But yeah, it's crazy like how much your voice changes. My voice is so much deeper now than it would have been. I mean, even a couple years ago. Just because I'm old, I guess.
I freaking every time you talk, I get a boner.
I mean, yeah, baby.
They freaking.
That's just you though, Paul. You always got that boner going.
I know it's just a natural deal.
You're just a boner man.
But the thing is, I don't even have to hide it because it's not.
I'm a boner man.
Doesn't even.
I'm a boner man.
No, it doesn't even show.
So how do you
murder
feel?
Mysteries?
Oh, ooh,
I wrote that down. All murder mysteries. Those are all freaking heel turns.
That's true. That's a good point because it's always someone who was a friend.
Yeah. Laura's always amazed that I can tell, in the beginning, who the freaking guy is, and I'm like, Laura, it's easy. It's formulatic. If there is a person in this damn movie, if there's a person in this movie who's in there and is for no damn reason, and there's no reason for him to be in it, that's the freaking killer.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Because
it usually is exactly right.
Yeah.
Who do you most medium suspect?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's always that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What was it? Yeah, that one, the last Glass Onion, it was just the dude set it up himself or whatever. Like,
yeah. Sometimes
they do
little stupid deals or put like more than
Orient
one person
Express
in it.
naturally is the big one.
Everybody did it. What?
Yeah, that's Orient Express.
Yeah,
the
which
big,
is
everyone did it. And I'm sure at the time they were like, "Oh, what?"
Oh,
and
yeah.
Now it's kind of like you really stretched to make that work.
Yeah, that's.
But that's how it goes. Like,
yeah, I mean it does change it, I guess, so you can't figure it out. But it's also seems cheap.
And you can only do that once.
Seems cheap. Yeah, but I guess Agatha Christie's was like, she can do it.
She's done 100, so she can do it once.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Mm-hmm.
I think I am a Detective Poirot more so than a Miss Marple fan, but Miss Marple's fine.
I like Miss Marple, too.
Yeah, she's fine.
Yeah. It's been so long since I used to read all the time. I would read those freaking
Agatha Christie's.
Agatha Christie's.
My mom reads them sometimes, and she'll give them to me, and yeah. They're short, they're easy, they're fun.
Yeah. I always like to try to figure it out who it is before we got there.
Scooby-Doo's the classic heel turn.
Yeah.
Pull the mask off.
Oh, Scooby-Doo!
Mask off is even what they talk about when people in real life turn heel or show their true Nazism or whatever they're doing. They call it going full mask off. And yeah, I mean, that's Scooby-Doo style.
Yeah.
Man.
They always pull their face off. Yeah, it was great.
How do you feel about John Cena being bad?
Oh, man.
How do you feel?
Well, here's the thing. I have watching wrestling. I did when I was young.
Yeah.
So I watched the WWF.
Yep.
And then when it came up to probably right about the 90s.
Yeah.
I didn't watch anymore because that's when I went the military and then I got old.
You become an adult. You're not really following
just doing
it. Yeah, you're doing
going
your
out
thing.
and doing stuff. So I'm not watching wrestling
Right.
anymore. So I didn't really start back up until
we did the fantasy
when you came to the fantasy thing in like 2015 or so.
That sounds right.
Something like that.
There. Yeah.
Like 2015,
Whenever Brock Lesnar beat the streak, and that time period was like around then is when it was.
Yeah, it was right after. It was right after. It was. Oh, I know when it was. Dolph Ziggler had the title.
Oh yeah.
That was right when he had the title.
Yep. So a very short period of time. So wrestling fans will know when that was. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think I picked him up. It was my first draft on my
and I feel like and that was a time period where John Cena kind of made it through that time period, but that was a time period where people were tired of him.
Yeah, and
He
he wasn't
came out, and
there.
it was.
I mean, he was there, but not very much at all.
And it was
He
John
gone a lot,
Cena
mostly.
sucks. John
was mostly
Cena's.
gone.
And then when he'd come in, they'd boo him. And he started doing the job a lot, actually, at that point. That's when he started putting people over. And I think it was when he knew he was going to be wrapping up. And I think also him putting a lot of people over helped people, like, get past that, maybe he'll always be good. He does the Make-A-Wish thing. I will say, watching the Elimination Chamber, it surprised the shit out of me. It was a great turn. It's something I've wanted to see him do for a long time because I know how good he is at professional wrestling, and I know he has probably a million heel promos in him that have never gotten to see the light of day. So I'm excited they're doing that. I'm a little disappointed it's at a point in his career where he's probably not going to be around really that much throughout. I know he'll be there, but he won't be there. And he knows that too. He's busy. He's doing movies. Like, I wish it could be a real full-time heel, but he's old now, right? We waited till he was bald.
Well, I mean, I think that's the point.
Bad.
I mean,
right.
that's the whole point of him turning now.
Right. He wants to break the record, and so he's got to be bad to sell out to beat Cody. That's
if he's going to screw over all those kids' wishes.
Did you see him Monday?
No, what he
There was a kid dressed up in all of his stuff, and he's in Brussels or whatever, and he's doing this thing, and he goes, all of these, my relationship with all of you, it's a toxic relationship. Like this kid right here, this kid, even him, it's a toxic relationship. I'm breaking up with all of you. And I was just like, Jesus, John Cena. That poor little Augustus Gloop is crying right now.
So I didn't see him much. I guess what I'm saying is I didn't see him as much as you did because
I always watch for the most part,
wrestling.
in and out. Yeah.
So I didn't see him very much. He was doing mainly movie stuff, or
obviously
he hurt during the time.
He has been bad, unlike Ricky. So even if he had never gone bad, he started bad. So there would have always been like, we know what it looks like. But I got to be honest. There's not going to be a lot of scenes in wrestling quite as memorable as The Rock slitting his throat and John Cena going crazy like that.
Oh, yeah, no, that was cool.
Travis
I thought that was real
getting
cool.
fucking high in the corner.
I like those, man. I like that deal. My favorite, when I started, the Shield was going when I started.
Yeah.
And when freaking Seth Rollins freaking hit
him in the back with the chair.
Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns with the freaking chairs in the back. That was crazy. I was like, what's happening here?
Do you remember the OC, and they had the scene where they kept all shooting each other, and it was the what you say? And SNL did the spoof of it or whatever. The what'd you say? And every time someone got shot, the song would start.
Oh, yeah.
And so someone remade that with the Seth Rollins thing, and they would just kept replaying the chair shots, and every time he hit Roman Reigns with the chair, it would start the song over. It cracked me up so much. What'd you say? That you only meant what you say? Love that shit.
And that's probably one of the better known heel turns.
Oh yeah, it's a great one.
It ranks up there. It's crazy because I don't think. Because when I think the Shield had just started when I started watching.
Yeah, so they were only around for like a couple years at the most.
Yeah, they weren't even around that long, and
Yeah.
then that's the freaking deal, you know.
And now they're seen as one of the most iconic groups ever because all three dudes ended up becoming main event guys. Crazy. Well, I hope y'all are enjoying a little talk about heel turns. I think when you break it all down, it just comes down to, I don't know, people do bad things because they want things for themselves, right? So you do bad things to take care of yourself. And it's not always to take care of yourself, but you think it is. No one intentionally is like, I'm going to be fucking bad right now. And if they are, well, that's because they're an idiot. But regardless, I think, there's reasons. John Cena wants the belt. He goes bad. Spider-Man wants to get more powerful. He keeps the black suit on. Anakin Skywalker wants to save his wife. He goes and kills a bunch of Jedi kids.
Sally. Yeah. Friggin', you know what? They had it coming.
They had it coming.
What did they think was going to happen?
Yeah. Are you kidding me? That's Anakin
What
Skywalker.
do they think's going to happen?
Oh, come on.
I think heel turn, great in a story.
Great fictionally.
Great in a story.
Terrible.
Shitty in real life.
Shitty in real life. And hopefully, as a country, we will become baby faces again. But until that time,
Jeez.
new world order.
Jeez.
For life. Listen, brother. Hey, I think heel turn's great fiction, bad real life, but I think we all understand that, like, most heel turns weren't real turns. In real life, when people show you their colors, you can usually look back and realize they always been that way. John Cena right here, punching him with that watch, you can tell. He's practiced that. He's practiced that in the mirror.
Ooh,
he knew exactly how to put that watch on his hand. He knew exactly how to bust him open with it. He's just showing you his true colors.
When you saw his face, when they just did the close of his face and his face changed and it was all...
Yeah, suddenly he's...
I was like, oh.
That's me.
Yeah.
That's me.
I'm glad he heel turned because I wasn't digging this friggin'
I'm so happy.
wishy-washy.
Yeah. It almost felt like, looking back now that they've done this, it felt like they almost let you know it was coming to some degree.
I mean, they knew it was coming.
They knew it was coming, and if you had known, you would have seen it in the way he was acting. And going back, you look at it, it's like, oh shit,
yeah,
yep, it was all there.
Because then I was just like, oh, he's just old and he's friggin'.
Yep. You gotta work with the boss to get the
This is
sauce.
where you're going out, John. It's not.
We're gonna see you there, John. We're gonna see you there.
Oh yeah, we going to wrestle.
We're going to WrestleMania this year.
Arts and Club's going to WrestleMania.
Arts and Club's going to WrestleMania. So we're gonna see you there, John Cena. I hope you win it. Because if you don't, was it really worth it? Make your wish, boy. Make your wish. Yeah, I don't got anything else. Follow us on social at Arts and Club KC. What do we got to plug?
Oh, what are we plugging?
I don't know.
I don't know. We're supposed to do the...
Oh, we got to do book versus movie Fight Club.
Yep. We need to do that.
Mickey didn't boom big at the box office, but it did okay. It's coming to on demand in a week, so I feel like we could get the podcast out for on demand.
Sure.
I've read it.
Book
You've
versus
read it.
movie.
We watched it.
Book versus movie Fight Club.
Yeah. So read that book, watch that movie. It's a really good movie, even though it didn't do huge ticket sales. It's fun. It's short. It's easy. It's sci-fi. It's a lot of things, but we'll review it on the Book vs. Movie podcast. Until then, I don't know.
Special guest next time. Yeah. Special guest next time.
Ooh, we're gonna have a oh yeah, that's right. I wasn't here last week. I forgot about that. Yeah, you guys were monkeying around.
Oh yeah, how's the Ricketts?
Oh well, every time I think about the Ricketts, all I can think is to say Jiminy Ricketts, and it cheers me up a little. But truthfully, it's dire news. It's fatal. I'm gonna be the first Ricketts fatality.
Latent onset Ricketts fatality.
Latent onset Ricketts is killing me.
Latent onset Ricketts fatality.
And that's bottom boys
out.